How did you... Get out. Get out! Out! Don't let the dog in. Thank you.
Sorry, I cannot tolerate imbeciles.
Elaine, when we agreed that you'd start at 8:30, you did understand I meant AM.
Buying biscuits in the supermarket, yeah? And this bimbo won't let me through on 6 items or less. All baps up to wearing them stick-on nails she was. She goes, wait for it. Sorry, 6 items or less.
And you had...
20, but all the same, do you see? Put the receipt in petty cash.
Well, hang on, all these biscuits are for the surgery?
Patient!
Elaine, are you going to let them in?
I'm busy.
Elaine, just do it! Mrs. Walker.
Marianne, please. Am I your first official patient?
Indeed you are, yes. Collect 1,000 loyalty points, you get a free coffin.
If old Dr. Sim could see this, he'd be thrilled.
Thank you. Sit down, please. What can we do for you?
I keep getting headaches, on and off.
Amy, how long has that been going on for?
I suppose all my life.
And now they're worse, more intense?
No, not specially.
More frequent, then?
No, not really.
So today the problem is...
I just thought you should know.
Consider me informed.
You haven't thought of, redecorating when you were doing all this?
Mrs. Walker, do you have a medical problem?
Indigestion. But that's much better since I discovered aloe vera. That was one of your Aunt Joan's tips, as a point of fact.
Good.
Have you tried aloe vera?
I do have other patients to see.
Do you suffer from wind?
Mrs. Walker, I'm only too happy to see you when you actually have something wrong with you.
Are you saying... But I haven't even had a cup of tea.
Tea?
Yes.
Try a cafe.
Well, I must say,
I'll make a note of it.
haven't been here 2 minutes.
No. Dad, I don't want to. Are you deaf? I'm not doing it.
Right. Elaine.
I'm next.
Oh, yes, I'll be with you in a minute.
Bring a drop more milk in.
Elaine.
No! Dad, I'm not going to carry her skirts down the aisle. She's a grown woman, innit? We've had some repeat prescriptions. She's your fiancée, you sort it out.
No, I want to see the patients before I sign any repeat prescription. Elaine, you do check prescriptions before printing them, don't you?
Yes.
Right, well, we seem to have a woman with erectile dysfunction here.
Look, I can't be expected to work your system.
Oh, that'll be the system whereby we don't kill the patients by prescribing the wrong medication, would it? It's your job.
No, it is your job to check before you sign.
It's all right.
Yeah?
It's the wife.
Well, bring her in. I'll have a look at her.
Well, I can't do that. Never liked doctors. Not her cup of tea.
Tea being the operative word. What are her symptoms?
Oh, you name it. Blood pressure, thyroid,
Well, then I do need to see her.
bones, brittle as twigs.
Osteoporosis. Well, if she can't make it into the surgery, then I can arrange for a home visit.
Well, it's a bit late now. She's been dead now on 12 months.
How are you coping on your own, Andy?
Eddie, I'm not on my own. I talk to her every day. Told her I was coming to see the new surgery. Now I can tell her all about it.
Is there anything I can do for you?
Fresh cup of tea?
You'll be looking for a partner.
No, I'll be wanting a patient.
I've made many a match in Portwenn. So far, I've had 4 weddings, no funerals, and quite a lot of babies.
Mrs. Black, do you have any medical reason whatsoever to
Are
be...
you a leg or a breast man? Because if it's the breast you're after, and she's a Scotch pancake, there's plenty could be done. Chicken fillets?
Right, attention everyone. Listen up! If there's anyone who hasn't come to gawp, drink tea, or otherwise waste my time, please put your hand up. Anyone at all got a genuine medical problem? Thank you. Goodbye. Put your teacups down and leave.
You all right, Dory? You all right, Molly? Do you want to jam your Dodger for the way? I'm so sorry, everyone. I don't...
You won't last 5 minutes. You know that, don't you?
Wait a minute. Do you have a problem with your throat?
You think if you're professional, they'll appreciate you. They won't.
Can you breathe in and hold your breath, please? And again?
How long have you been hoarse?
25 years. Shouting at ungrateful pupils.
Open.
What's with the full MOT? Just give me something for the throat and I'll be on my way.
Why don't we let the doctor do his work, Mr. Fenn?
Oh, I do love the medical profession. A grabber all its own.
You have a lump in your neck.
Had it since I was a boy.
I don't think so. I'm going to refer you. There'll be a biopsy and we'll take it from there.
A referral. Great. Otherwise known as covering the arse.
No, otherwise known as providing specialist treatment.
Nobody makes it their business to know anything these days, have you noticed? It's always passing the buck.
In cases like this, it's quite appropriate to make further investigations before giving a diagnosis.
So you're not giving me anything for my throat?
Nope, I'm not giving you anything for the chip on your shoulder either, I'm afraid.
Great. Now who's having their time wasted? You can stuff your referral.
What's that?
Message.
Roy or Stephen?
Boy of 7. Dr. Sim could read my writing. Stomach pain.
Temperature 104. That could be appendicitis. What's that name?
Robson? Johnson? Look, the mum was hysterical. Like no kid's ever had bellyache and temperature.
A child could die from appendicitis.
I didn't worry about the name because I thought you called the number, innit?
Number not recognised.
No, that can't be.
Right, so the message is there's a sick child somewhere, but you didn't get the telephone number, let alone the boy's name. I suppose we could always get the name from the obituary, couldn't we?
Right, well, maybe... Look,
How you look, Elaine, for a new job.
what? Just because...
Because you are the most incompetent person it has ever been my misfortune to encounter, and that incompetence could very well end up costing someone their life. You're fired.
Hello, you must be Doc Martin. I'm Bruce, Elaine's dad, just come to say hello.
Hello.
We know it's late notice, but Carmen and I want to invite you to our wedding on Saturday.
Right. Whatever.
It's as a thank you for looking after my daughter. Is she in?
Not for much longer, I just fired her.
Why?
I'm sorry, I've got a medical emergency.
Please, love.
I don't need this now, innit?
Elaine.
Years old, the surname's Johnson or Robson or...
No, nobody's off in my class, but we can ask Colin. Can you lot finish what's on the board, please? So is this another patient that you've chased away from your surgery?
What? Oh, your friend Roger Fenn. God, that was quick.
Roger? Haven't seen him in ages. Roger was forced to take early retirement. He thinks I took his job. Well, I did take his job. So no, we're not exactly friends. It wasn't him. So it must have been one of the 30 other patients that you unceremoniously dispatched.
For the record, I did not dispatch any patients. I dispatched people who seem to think that surgery is another word for cafe.
Being the doctor here is more than just handing out pills.
Yes, handing out biscuits as well.
You always have a line, don't you? It's like every conversation's a competition and you have to win it. It's so male.
Thank you. Can you help me find this child or not?
Bobby Richards. Bobby was sick yesterday in the playground. This is Miss Glasson from the school, Mrs. Richards. I'm just checking on Bobby. And, oh, dear. I'm sure the doctor will. He's...
Mrs. Richards, it's Dr. Ellingham here. Yep. Is his temperature still elevated? Right, I'm on my way. What's the address? Yep. Yep. Okay. I'll be with you in 15 minutes.
Half an hour.
30 minutes. Bye. Do you know where the,
Map.
Thanks.
Thank you for coming. I've never seen him like this before. If it's appendicitis, then what am I going to do? I can't have him in the hospital.
Let's have a look at him, shall we?
His room's just up there.
Hello, Bobby. I'm Dr. Ellingham. How are you feeling?
He can't go to the hospital. I can't stay overnight with him.
Would you be so kind as to make me a cup of tea?
I've got 5 kids.
Milk, no sugar, please.
Yes, doctor.
Well, now, Bobby, you've got everybody in a bit of a pickle, haven't you? Let's have a look at you. Oh, yes, this leg will have to come off. Oh, don't worry, modern anaesthetic, she won't feel a thing. Just kidding. Don't look so upset. Open. Under your tongue. Under it, lift it, that's it. That'll do. There we are.
What is it? Is it bad?
It's good news, Mrs. Richards. There's no need for the hospital. It's not appendicitis.
Thank God. So what's he got?
Tonsillitis.
Sore throat?
Yes, a bad sore throat.
No, he's been throwing up and
I'm aware of that.
he's got stomach pain.
Both common symptoms of tonsillitis. The stomach is soft, the tonsils are the colour of cardboard.
Oh, doctor, I can't tell you.
I'll just write you a prescription. I might even have the right antibiotic for you in here somewhere. Yes, I think I have.
You sacked Elaine Denham?
For no good reason. Tosser.
Shouldn't you be giggling outside my house?
They say Elaine's a good girl.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Well, maybe up in London you can mess people around like that.
Yes, as often as we can. Thank you. Right, well, I want you to give Bobby one of these 3 times a day with water. And if you're still worried in 24 hours, give me a call. Excuse me.
Yes,
I'll have a glass of mineral water and the pasta, please.
it's finished.
Oh. What's the soup?
Finished.
Oh, the chili con carne, then. I guess you're a friend of Elaine's, aren't you? Yes. Right. Okay. Look, Pamela, we both know what's going on here. But if you let me have some petrol, I won't tell anyone.
Sorry.
I get it. Okay, but no one's looking.
Are you deaf?
Number 3, please.
£25.50, please.
The miss.
Okay, let me paint you a little picture. It's snowing outside. You're about to give birth to your 5th child in 3 years. Your waters break, you're frightened, and you're lonely because your boyfriend's rotting in Borstal. You call good old Dr. Ellingham, the only man in 100 miles who can help you, and I say, I'm sorry, I don't do births.
You all right, mate?
No, I bloody well am not.
Ah, you must be Doc Martin.
It's empty.
Then what's he just put in his car? Horse urine? No, I'm sorry, you can't have this Mars bar, not unless you give Elaine her job back, because God forbid you should upset the village of the damned.
We don't have any petrol.
Then what's he just put in his tank?
Diesel.
Right.
What is it with you people? You driving with your eyes closed?
Mr. Fenn.
I might have known. Oh, great. Look at this.
I was on my way to see you, actually.
Well, you can forget it. I got myself some cough medicine from the chemist.
You didn't want to be referred, so I thought I'd give you my opinion.
I didn't want your opinion either. I wanted some medicine, which I have now got. So why don't you just go and drive into somebody else?
Mr. Fenn! There is a high probability you have a cancer of the larynx. You'll need surgery and you may well lose your voice, which has a certain appeal. You may not care about this, but unfortunately I'm paid to. I'll arrange for a referral. Richard Edgerton, ENT. Yeah, it's Martin Ellingham here. I've got a patient needs an urgent laryngoscopy. Yes, that is my opinion. Stop it! Stop it! Well, I'd say it was a carcinoma of the larynx. Because I'm a doctor, he's a smoker with a lump in his neck. Would you like the tumour to write to you? Will you get out of that bin? Right, you, doc, here. Fetch!
Cornwall's lovely, isn't it? Oh, all this sea breeze makes you feel so alive. I'm Carmen.
Doc, I understand about Elaine. Hard to be her employer, I should imagine.
It wasn't a decision I took lightly.
Pretty hard to be her father, too.
Like father, like daughter. Isn't that right, Lady Lancelot? Yes, it is.
She is bloody minded. There's no point pretending otherwise.
No. Well, she's got, personality.
Oh, yeah. By the bucketful.
Oh, she'll be at that church. She'll come round.
Elaine and Carmen just don't get on.
He's exaggerating. She's just not used to me yet.
Well, that's a shame. I've got to look for the dog.
Oh, we'll come with you.
Elaine's mum died young.
Really?
Yeah, and Elaine, well, she doted on her mum.
Oh, you. Lady Lancelot ate my lipstick.
That's the 5th one this week.
Go on, sneak your feet.
Elaine just can't handle me being with anyone else.
Are you married?
No.
Why not?
See, I thought, what is the point? You know, a life alone. What is it for? I mean, obviously not you. You do something positive. I just mean the rest of us. You contribute. Now, that must feel, you know, saving lives.
What is your dog doing?
Your dog. He has been done, hasn't he?
It's not my dog.
Oh.
Hello, fancy a drink?
No thanks. Don't want to get tar and feathers on my jacket.
The wrath of Elaine.
Yeah.
Come back to mine, I've got a good single malt on the go.
No, thanks.
Night, Doc.
Hello, Mrs. Winter? Just a guess? Right. Thank you for letting me know. Goodbye. Ellingham?
Ah, Dr. Ellingham, it's Richard Edgerton here at ENT.
Yep.
I've got the histology back on your patient, Roger Fenn.
Uh-huh.
Made of flowers, drifted for days till our lips tasted land. It was bitter. So we sailed away on the last breath of day, chased the hot metal skies of the ocean with no notion. And we came by night to the Fortunate Islands, laying like fish neath the nets of our kisses. That's why this is...
Don't stop on my account.
Are you lost or looking for children to frighten?
You used to be in a band.
Yes, I gave it up for something more sensible. Something that would see me through to a nice, safe retirement.
Well, that sounded,
Horse. What do you do when you're not working?
I'm always working.
And there was me thinking this was going to be a social call. Well, I went in for my biopsy. When do I get the results back? Oh.
I can talk you through what happens next. I booked you in for surgery next Friday. The 13th, actually.
Perfect.
Got more in the van. Where'd you want it?
I didn't order this.
You Ellingham?
The person who ordered this no longer works here. You can take it away again, please.
I can't do that.
Yes, you can. You've got a van.
I can't take it away till you accept delivery.
What?
Can't return something till you've accepted it, can you?
I see.
It's not rocket science. You accept delivery, then you get a returns number, then you arrange a time to have your package or packages picked up. Then I come back and collect them.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you just take it now?
Mind if I use your loo? You all right?
That took a while.
What?
Poor urine flow. Any discomfort?
You what?
Have you had your prostate checked?
What?
It might be enlarged. I should have a look at it for you.
What, up the...
Won't take a minute. Bobby? Feeling better?
I don't like you.
Well, that's all right, because, I like you.
You were mean to Elaine. My sisters say you're the W word, the T word, the P word, and the Z word.
What's the Z word?
It's a word. Oi!
Right, this is your new owner, and this is your new home, which is a farm which dogs are supposed to enjoy, so bugger off and leave me alone.
All I'm saying is that it isn't exactly politic to sack a perfectly good receptionist.
Perfectly good? She made appointments before I'd even opened. She printed up prescriptions that were so inaccurate as to be potentially lethal.
Well, surely you checked them.
I had to go to the school to trace a child with suspected appendicitis because she couldn't be relied on to take down a phone number. It was pure luck
That boy had a sore throat, Bobby Richards. Oh, come on, Marty.
But Elaine wasn't to know that.
Oh, so she made a mistake. Everyone makes mistakes.
Yes, but she can't admit them. She's got this thing where you pick her up on something and she comes right back at you with a complaint.
And when you make a mistake, you roll over and let them tickle your tum.
Elaine, what's happened to you?
It's tan.
It's orange.
I need my wages.
Well, don't think you can charm me into taking you back.
I don't want to come back. I'm going to Mallorca, innit?
I don't know how much I owe you.
I do.
How long are you going for?
Month. 2.
You'll miss your father's wedding.
Diddums. You got cash?
I think it would mean a lot to him.
So? Why do I have to make him feel good about his decision? I don't feel good about it. Don't know what he sees in her. What is it with men and big babs? It's offensive.
Elaine, were you very young when your mum died? I mean, I think, you know, people will understand how hard that must have been. And difficult for you to move on and see your father move on, well, whoever the woman was. I suppose I could have been more understanding.
Get paid for that in London, do you? Look, I don't mind him having a woman, just not one with a bloody dog in her handbag. Hasta la vista.
Louisa, have you seen Martin?
No, sorry. On my way to see Roger Fenn in the hospital. He's having his main op today, so excuse me.
Now, maybe that's where Martin is. Look, if you see him, can you tell him that his dog seems to have decided not to play spot on the farm?
Actually, Joan, I gather Martin hasn't been by or near the hospital.
Oh, yes. Yes, I heard that he and Roger didn't hit it off.
I'm not very impressed, to be honest.
Well, Roger is a very difficult man, as you well know.
He's got cancer. He needs some sort of care. It's not as if Martin's got any other patients to worry about.
If you're annoyed with Martin, I suggest you take it up with him.
He's your nephew.
Weren't you on the committee that appointed him?
Roger.
Again? We don't speak in over a year, and now it's twice in 2 days. I must get cancer more often.
I can't stay so long this time.
No, of course. You have my job to get back to, don't you?
I'll ask the nurse on the way out. Well, so everyone at school sends their love?
Oh, really? Last time they sent their love, it was in an envelope with a P45.
So, did the surgeon say exactly what they were going to do today?
I don't know. This guy makes Ellingham look like Florence Nightingale.
So still no sign of Martin?
Why does that bother you so much? Why would I want to see him anyway?
Because maybe he could tell you what was going on.
Oh, I'll tell you what's going on. I've been pushed out of my job an inch before I qualify for a pension, and minutes before I am about to lose my voice forever. I find myself having to chat with the woman who replaced me.
Visiting time's over.
Roger, I'm so sorry.
ENT, please.
Down the glass corridor, second floor.
There are my keys. I'm parked in Mr. Brownlow's spot.
And you are?
Dr. Martin Ellingham, Portwenn.
You're a GP?
That's right, yes. And you're a receptionist.
Excuse me, come back here. You can't park in the staff car park.
I've a patient to see.
Is it me, or do you not understand plain English?
It's you.
Martin? Martin! Adrian! Adrian Pitts!
Oh, yes.
The great Martin Ellingham, who, as you all know, abused myself and others at St Mary's. Buggered us senseless, but taught us a thing or two about medicine. So what brings you here, Chief? Knifing a bigwig?
No, actually, I've given up surgery.
You're kidding.
I've got a patient to see.
Yeah, of course.
I heard he couldn't hack it.
I'll tell you about that.
Don't worry, it's just a nosebleed. You're all right.
Yeah, let me do that for you, Mr. Ellingham. I read you on block carotids.
Don't suck up. Surgeon been in yet?
Yeah. And I thought you were a smug bastard. God, I'm gonna miss swearing.
Not necessarily. If the squamous cells haven't spread, there's a good chance the voice can be saved.
Yeah, he said that. Same choice of words, too. The voice. It's not the voice.
Sorry. Your voice. Mind if I have a glass of water?
Are you all right? You're a funny colour.
I'm fine.
I've got cancer, but you look worse. Whatever.
I sometimes have a heightened emotional reaction to certain events.
Which is medical speak for?
Panic attacks. I sometimes have small panic attacks.
What kind of panic attacks?
Nausea, sweating, chest pain.
What brings them on?
Smells. Smell of cauterized flesh and blood. Smell of that, sometimes just the sight of it. I used to have the Midas touch, you know. I couldn't look at a body on the operating table without fixing it, really. Then one day, in the middle of the most mundane procedure, another set of arteries laid out in front of me, it suddenly dawned on me, for the first time, that this was somebody's wife, somebody's mother, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't go on, like I was on a high wire. I made the mistake of looking down. I haven't operated since. So now I'm your GP.
You probably want to keep that quiet.
Yeah, I wouldn't want the village to fall out of love with me.
Your secret's safe with me.
Well, it's not like you're going to be able to tell anyone anyway, is it? Yeah, haven't any family in?
Grown-up daughter. Decided not to call her. She stopped needing me a long time ago. She has a TV set all of her own. How about you?
No, only child.
Parents dead?
No, retired. Portugal. Golf.
Nice.
Vile. We don't speak.
You are a miserable bugger.
Thank you.
Oh. Glad you came.
You heard from Elaine?
Not even a postcard.
But how are you?
Been sick twice. My heart's beating 300 times a minute.
Perfectly normal, I understand.
Bruce, time.
Well, wish me luck.
Yep. Louisa, you're looking straight through me. Have I done something to offend you?
That's what you haven't done.
Well, that narrows it down a bit.
I can't believe you didn't visit Fenn in hospital. He didn't have a clue what was going on.
What in God's name are you going on about?
Well, like I say, if you haven't got your help, what have you got, eh? Nice to see you on your feet. Yeah. All right then, boy. Right.
All right, Fen. How you doing?
Fen, good to see you.
Don't you think it's a little bit late for the concerned routine?
Pardon?
When you have precisely one patient, I'd have thought you'd want to visit him in the hospital.
Oh, hang on.
No, Roger, don't try to speak.
He did come to see me. Depressed the hell out of me.
It was mutual.
Right. Well, you could have told me.
Well, I tried, but that woman shushed me.
See you later.
Can I come and talk to you about the chemo?
Shh, rest that voice. I'll see if I can squeeze you in.
Thanks for coming, Dean. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Elaine.
Hey, Dad.
Thanks for coming, sweethearts. Really made my day. Give your dad a hug.
Elaine. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much.
To the White House, to the White House, walking along the cliff. To the White House, to the White House, walking along the cliff. What will I do in the middle of the night, walking along that cliff? And what will I do when I know the time is right?
Good wedding.
You was right. Yeah, sometimes you have to swallow your pride and do the right thing.
Yes.
And I think the right thing would be for me to come back to the surgery.
Right. Well, we need to establish a few ground rules first. Your attention to detail, use of the phone, that sort of thing.
I agree.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, you can have your job back then.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Everything all right?
Good news. Yes, Elaine's coming back to the surgery.
Oh, that is marvelous. Whoa, whoa! Everyone! Everyone! Thank you. Small announcement, but I know you'll all be pleased. My daughter Elaine is returning to the Portwenn surgery.
Oh, he's a jolly good fellow. Oh, he's a jolly good fellow. And so say all of us. And so say
So I'll see you Monday, 8:30 then.
No, that's one of my ground rules.
You have ground rules.
Yeah, I've written them down. 1, I'm not made to feel responsible for your mistakes. 2, I'm free to use the phone whenever. And 3, I start at 9, not half 8. There are a few more, but you can read them later.